I'm going to give the floor to Caleb and Tomas to kind of give us a rundown of what's going on with the combine that we have coming up.
Awesome. So me and Tomas will kick off with quarterbacks first, and we'll go one and we'll do our five, and I'll let him list his five, and then we'll swap back. So up here is Tomas's top five quarterbacks. You know, he's got Fernando Mendoza, Ty Simpson, Carson Beck, Cade Klubnik, and number five, Garrett Nussmeier. That's exactly the same top five that I have in my list. You know, you can Fernando Mendoza, we just talked about him. That's easily number one. That's no explanation. Ty Simpson, number two. I like it, but I think you can make a good argument that Carson Beck is a number two quarterback in this class. Regardless, he is old, but you compare the stats, Carson Beck looks like a better quarterback. He's a better accurate passer, had more yards in the season, had more touchdowns. Um, Cade Klubnik, I think this dude can be real good. He was lights out last year, had a downfall. And I just think that if he gets put in the right system, he can definitely do great things. Maybe see, of course, he's going to sit back in his rookie year and develop, but I can see him turning into something great later on. Garrett Nussmeier is an outstanding quarterback as well. Same exact story, pretty much. An outstanding year last year, fell off this year and had some injuries. And I like this list a lot for quarterbacks. So I'll hand the floor to Tomas.
Yeah, man. The fact that me covered the exact same quarterbacks, great minds think alike. Fernando, I literally don't have to say much there. Uh, everyone's just gonna, he's the best quarterback on this board. I think, yeah, Ty Simpson is the best quarterback. I think it's just, his accuracy's there. It's just those games where he gave up. Kind of gave up in. Can't really blame him. You can blame the coaching too, but that's a red flag. It's kind of like an if factor. Like if Ty Simpson's down in the NFL, the coaches aren't giving up on him, and he better not give up on his team either. And Carson Beck, it's just age. Carson Beck's a talented passer, just was in college for way too long. He has a 70% career completion rate, and that's just outstanding for him. Cade Klubnik, for him, most of the tape I have on him, just his touchdowns. He has 36 touchdowns through on his 2024 tape. That was last year. He might have been a first-round quarterback last year. He did pretty bad this year in stats and season-wise, but you can tell his talent is there. And for Gunner, he just was a gunslinger at LSU, and of course he's just battling injury, so that's what kind of knocked him down as well.
Where do you think Carson will land? Especially like there's a saying. There's always been this saying like you're only as good as your last game. The man's old compared to the incoming quarterbacks that are already coming in. You know, like that last game was an embarrassing end. To their season. But where do you think Carson will land in terms of the draft? Because I know like right here it kind of simplifies it in the presentation. But me personally, I see him going like third or fourth. What do y'all think?
With me, what I think about uh, Carson Beck, he's got a lot of experience. I think with him, I see kind of the exact same situation that we saw last year with Tyler Shaw when you just heard his name get called in the second round, and everybody was like, "Oh crap," like "Oh crap," and especially because Tyler Shaw got selected over Shedeur Sanders, so that blew everyone's mind too. But I could see, man, it's gonna play off of how the first round goes. I think Ty Simpson. I'm gonna jump to Ty Simpson real quick. I think Ty Simpson, if he performs well at the combine, he can be selected at 16th overall in the first round by the New York Jets. And then I think from there we'll start seeing doors open for Carson Beck. That'll kind of open the doors, for Pittsburgh, possibly the Rams, possibly. I know they've been looking into Ty Simpson. They're kind of already showing that they're ready to find the quarterback to replace Matthew Stafford next year. And that's the thing that would suck, though. Imagine getting Carson Beck. I'd have to have Lucas pull up how old that dude is right now, but I know Carson Beck is older, and you playing behind Matthew Stafford, you are wasting another year of your life, your career. So that'd be coming into play. Man, dude, I think it's just everywhere with Carson Beck. But I think I can see the dude jump into a day two pick, second round, early third round. But I wouldn't be surprised if he can jump up there into the second round. Tomas.
Yeah, I think Carson Beck is, like I said, a talented quarterback, high completion percentage. But I do see a big gap because I mean a lot of teams aren't going to really look his way to change up the franchise. I'm pretty sure just kind of a backup, sit back a year, try to develop him. You know he's old already, but I would I would say like if I had to pick a team, I'd say like it wouldn't be that bad on the Colts, like a backup for the Colts. Just to just in case Daniel Jones's injury does get hurt again, you know, they could actually have a backup this time and not bring in a 45-year-old Philip Rivers.
Hey, Philip had a good 2 games. All right, like the man balls out. The man balled out. Talk to me, boys, about what's going on with the wide receivers, man. I like this looks like a really, really, really good wide receiver class. You got Jordan Tyson, Carnell Tate, Casey Concepcion. Like y'all's top five. I mean, I know this is Tomas, but this is a really good quarter or wide receiver class so far. And we do have some sleepers that are not in the top five, but shoot, we never know. Because as the NFL draft is known, uh, as for like if you end up getting picked high, sometimes you never perform at the pick you're at. We got guys in third, fourth, fifth round, absolutely killing it in the league. Now, perfect example was Mike Evans. Do y'all remember what round Mike Evans got drafted? Like, and look at the amazing career he's had so far. So, or even Adam Thielen with the Vikings when he was with the Vikings, the dude went undrafted and did amazing with the Vikings. So, but nonetheless, talk me through these wide receivers. What we got going on?
Man, so me and Tomas's list is where we mix up a little bit right here. It's all like the same names, just different placements. So Tomas has got Jordan Tyson at number one. I do like Jordan Tyson a lot, but he's got a lot of injury concern. Dude gets hurt a lot, man. So my number one, I had put Carnell Tate there. And actually, like recent reports, Jordan Tyson's saying that he's not going to participate in a lot of events at the NFL Combine as of right now. So, I mean, you ask yourself, does that raise an eyebrow for some teams? Like, we know this guy has injury concerns, and then he's not going to come out and participate in some things. So, in my list, I have Carnell Tate at one, and I like Carnell Tate a lot, dude. That dude's a weapon. There's just so much things that I can say about him. And then I had Jordan Tyson at two. Micaiah Lemon is my three. Casey Conception is my four. And number five is Omar Cooper, as well as Tomas. So me and Tomas are just swapped on one and two. So I'm the four back to Tomas.
Yeah, man, I have Jordan Tyson at one. I mean, if he does medically clear that his injuries aren't connected, which I'm pretty sure they're not, but time will tell. Dude's just a monster. I mean, 98% in target rate. I mean, I think he's the best route runner in this class. Him and Carnell Tate are pretty close. Um, and then for Carnell Tate, I mean, dude just a baller. Like the fact that he plays next to Jeremiah Smith, you know, another great young wide receiver, and still is a first round talent, just shows you how good of a receiver he is. He is a little bit bigger, so you'll be kind of traditional X. That's the whole reason I think I have Mekhi Lemon at three. Is just dude would be number one if he was 6'4". I'm sorry to say, he would be such a talented uh, guy here. I mean, the Lithikoff winner literally won best receiver. He had a 91.4 PFF grade. Like that is outstanding. That is the elite of elite. You know, he has a 66.7. You know, jokes, laugh it out, guys, laugh it out. His 50-50 balls. You know, 50-50 balls. I mean, dude, honestly, I mean, it's literally a 60-40 ball if he catches 60% of his 50-50 balls. You know what I mean? Like KC, bro, just another guy, versatile Rackham receiver. This is kind of not a bad comp, but he kind of reminds me of Quentin Johnson when he came out of college. Now, Quentin Johnson doesn't have the best NFL career, but just kind of the same archetype, bigger receivers, kind of lengthier, you know, catch the ball, turn it into good play. And then I have Omar Cooper Jr. from, of course, Indiana. I mean, he was, come on, Fernando Mendoza's number one target. Guy had 13 touchdowns. Just in a physical receiver, I think probably one of the most physical receivers in the draft class, especially he had 27 missed tackles. That's almost like running back numbers right there for a season. You know what I mean?
And the running backs, man. You got Jeremiah Love, the man from Notre Dame, the program that whines and cries about everything. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that in the fall. Nonetheless, Jeremiah Love has been an absolute stud, man. An absolute stud, along with Emmett Johnson, Katron Allen, and all them boys. Like these running backs, like I said, another really, really good running back class as well. Tight end. I mean, I'm not going to say this whole offensive class is like, top 10 of all time, but I mean, we got some really, really good talent going on. What's going on with the running back and tight ends?
Man, Jeremiah Love, who you can say is a bigger prospect coming out of the draft than Ashton Genty. This dude is electric, bro. I would love for Kansas City to land him at 9 if he's there. And if he is there, bro, holy shit. Jeremiah Love, Patrick Mahomes together. That's crazy, bro.
Better than
Emmett John,
Genty?
yeah, bro, better than Genty, dude. This dude, like, this dude is a fucking sorry. This is a crazy prospect, man. Jeremiah Love, he can play the pass game, the run game. He's explosive, man. So if the Chiefs can get this guy, bro, it's crazy. I'm already like self-doubting it. I'm just like, hey, bro, I don't see it happening because he's so good. I'm pretty sure your team will take him. The Arizona Cardinals can take him at 3. I don't know if they'll really do that. The New Orleans Saints take him at 8. Man, he can go anywhere. Even the team might trade up for him. But moving on from Jeremiah Love, Emmett Johnson, man, dude is so good too out of Nebraska. I just hope he's not a 1-year wonder. He had this one big year in Nebraska, rushed for over 1,000 yards. I want to say he had 12 touchdowns on the year. This dude was good, bro. I just hope he's not a 1-year wonder or like some type of hit and miss. Moving on to Katron Allen out of Penn State. You know, Nicholas Singleton was the guy last year rushing for over 1,000 yards. The show was him. Then Katron Allen comes and he takes it over. Now he's the guy that just took over that running back position at Penn State. That dude is also explosive. Tomas has Robert Henry Jr. at 4. On my list, I actually have Jonah Coleman out of Washington at 4. And 5, I have Seth McGowan out of Kentucky, and Tomas is Nicholas Singleton, which I have Nicholas Singleton as an honorable mention in my running back board. Now I hand the floor to Tomas.
Yeah, man. I mean, Jeremiah Love, yeah, probably one of the biggest running back prospects. Like Caleb said, I mean, I think he's up there with Bijan Robinson type of halfback there. I mean, dude is just elite. I mean, again, funny number, 6.9 yards per carry. I mean, that's just outstanding. 21 total touchdowns. Emmett Johnson, yeah, man, just a really, really good 1 year. But I just see the potential in him, man. I just think, especially in the combine coming up here soon, the 2 days for running backs, I think he's going to perform really well at the combine. I think that's why I have him at 2. I think he will be the second running back, running back off the board. Probably not till the second round. But yeah, just a phenomenal RB. Katon Allen, I mean, what can I say about this guy? I mean, 1,300 plus yards, took over a starting spot over Nixon Singleton, who is also a great running back. I still think personally is still a great running back as well. Um, And for Robert Henry Jr. out of UTSA, I mean, I think he's just the ultimate sleeper running back. Over 1,000 rushing yards and 1,000 receiving yards in 2025. Rare dual threat weapon to have on your offense. I mean, I guess you could compare him to kind of like a Kareem, not a Kareem Hunt, my bad. I'm blanking on his name. The Saints running back,
Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara. There we go. Yes, like Alvin Kamara, sort of, but a little bit better rusher. And uh, and like I said, Nicholas Singleton. I think he did just have a down year, but again, combine's coming up. He shows off his athleticism, and I think he'll be just fine being taken later on, like around third round, maybe fourth.
Yeah, and Robert Henry Jr. UTSA. That's excuse me. That's my school's rival school. Texas State UTSA. There's the big I-35 showdown at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. But when I watched that game, man, I couldn't go to that game because obviously, their students get a pass in, but we don't. It's whatever. But at the same time, when I watched that game, the I-35 showdown, that game was freaking electric. Now, I'm not saying Texas State has the greatest freaking defense. We actually do not have a good defense at all, but we are better than New Mexico State. No offense, Luke. But nonetheless, like Robert Henry Jr. He kind of reminded me of like a mixture of Derrick Henry, but also like y'all said, like Alvin Kamara, just the way that he was just running all over this defense. The man seemed uncatchable at times because their quarterback couldn't put nothing together. Um, so yeah, like I could see him going a little higher. Maybe his school might hinder him, but you know the draft is always unpredictable. Teams might see something in him that other teams might not. And speaking of players that I'm very familiar with, Jack Endries. I know he's in. I see that he's in y'all's top four. If y'all know me by now, I'm hooking for life. I bleed burnt orange to dad. I shout out my pops. Anyway, Jack Endries. That man is an absolute beast when it comes to tight ends. I'm not saying he's Kenyon Sadiq beast, but man, when the moments count, when Arch couldn't get it to Parker Livingston or to Wingo or to any of our other top receivers, Jack Andrews was always there, man. An absolute stud, and I think he's definitely going to be a sleeper in the draft. Boys, talk to me about these tight ends.
So Kenyon Sadiq, we'll kick it off with him. Dude is a very talented tight end. Would say the downside to him is he's on the smaller side of the tight end. Does stand at 6'3", but your tight ends are typically 6'5", around there, and maybe that won't matter so much depending on how what kind of role he'll play in on the team that grabs him. Um, when you're in the NFL, you're playing against the best, obviously. You're playing against some genetic freaks. And if you're putting Kenyon Sadiq to help out on the offensive line on a run play, or maybe even just simply on the pass play, and you're double teaming the edge, these defensive edges, Myles Garrett stands at what, 6'5", 6'6", 270 something pounds, and you got Kenyon Sadiq blocking him. That might be the downside because he is a smaller tight end, but he's a vertical threat. And when he's down on the field, man, he makes plays. He had 8 receiving touchdowns on the year, which was first out of all tight ends. 54 targets, was 25th out of all of them, and 42 receptions. He had 509 receiving yards on the year. And dude's a beast. I had to moss the floor on Kenyon Sadiq.
Yeah, man, Kenyon Sadiq's just an amazing tight end talent here. Like Caleb said, just Big Ten tight end of the year. It says a lot. 8 touchdowns, especially if you put him in a slot, kind of like a Brock Bowers. We see how good he is. This dude will do amazing stuff in the NFL if he goes, of course, to the right team. Perfect fit. Like example, the Broncos. The Broncos could, even though I'm not, I'm a Chargers fan. I hate the Broncos. Caleb Chiefs fan. He's the Broncos too. If he was on that team, bro, it'd just be absolutely amazing. I mean, he's just I wouldn't say generational talent, but he's up there for tight ends for sure.
Now, lastly, the front lines. the main thing that ultimately caused the Patriots their Super Bowl. Give me your starting line. Give me your starting O line, boys. You got Ola Vega alone. You got Francis Malgo. What's your starting line?
Man, dude, out of offensive tackles, my favorite tackle in this draft has got to be Spencer Fanu. I am not gonna lie. Dude has 0 sacks on the year. We can pull up his stats right here for you guys. We'll just read out his stuff. His overall grade is an 84.0, which is this is by PFF, which is 12th out of 632 offensive tackles in college. Dude is a beast, man. He is good in the pass blocking grade. He's got a good run blocking grade. Let's pull up some of the stats right here. So he has got no sacks out of all these offensive tackles. He's got 5 penalties, and he's played 822 snaps. 822 snaps and gave up, zero sacks. And then, it does give me 382 pass block snaps, zero goose egg, bro. You want a guy to protect you, I would go get Spencer Fanu. This is my favorite tackle in the draft. Tomas, what do you think?
I have Francis at number one, of course, and of course, I think he's probably the most talented tackle on this board, especially at his right tackle position. I mean, very important position. If he does not work out, 'cause sometimes these tackles don't really work out, he'll be a fantastic guard. I mean, he's a elite right tackle, but can go and play in right guard if you have him to. I wouldn't really switch him to a left guard because you're switching yourself fundamentals. But yeah, I mean, I think Francis is more of a safer pick here, especially kind of as a versatility.
So overall, what is our starting line?
Our starting line, if I had to build a starting line. So I think it's easily going to be full of first rounders. But yeah, you got to give me Spencer Fanu and Francis playing tackle for me. Give me, man, I can't even say this name. Olive Vega. I'm going to take him. And I think I might shock some people here, but man, I kind of think about going Logan Jones over Emmanuel Pregnon. Yeah, but I think that's my starting lineup right there, man. Tomas.
Yeah, for me, like especially where these players really fit. I think we gotta have Francis at right tackle. Let's go down to Caden Proctor because he is a left tackle. More Monroe Fillings also really good left tackle in the draft class, but I think Proctor is the better fit. And then for both my guards, I'm gonna have to go with Vega as my right guard. I mean, dude's just the number one guard prospect in the draft this year. Then I'm gonna have to go Pregdon at left. I think this is the perfect fit. I mean, he has elite power, so he can help on the runs, of course. And then Logan Jones is a really good center, but I think yeah, he's a really good center. But Jake Slaughter is pretty nice too, especially if I want him having in a more of a pass scheme. I think I'll go with Jake Slaughter as my captain of that O line.
How do you think, well, obviously, Caleb listed off some amazing stats when it comes to Spencer Fanu. But he's gonna have a time where he's gonna have to come up against Miles Garrett, you know, depending on where they put him on the line. But even then, Miles can play both sides of the D line. How do you think he'll fare? Because college, we all know, that's a different ball game. But when he gets to play like that, a grown ass man in Miles Garrett, who is an absolute master when it comes to sacks and obviously working around big tackles. How do you think he'll fare?
Shit, dude, Miles Garrett's a beast. I don't care who you put in front of that dude. That Miles Garrett's probably gonna get past him. That dude's a monster, bro. You can put the best offensive tackle in the league. There was an interview where Miles Garrett was talking about him being double teamed on like almost every play, and then Miles Garrett, said, "Man, they can put a 5v1 me And he's like, I'll still get back there, you know? And there's a part of me that's like, man, maybe he will do it. Miles Garrett's beat. He just broke the sack record, dude. That dude's a beast. So I don't think you can put anyone in front of that dude. Maybe at this point, even if you fucking built a brick wall, he's running through that thing.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
doubt it.
Honestly, you
Shout
could,
out,
if I saw
oh, my
Miles
bad to
Garrett,
Miles,
bro,
but shout out Coach G. That was Miles Garrett's
dude,
coach.
Yeah, we actually met Miles Garrett. If we haven't told y'all already, but Miles Garrett, our old football coach, at our high school, he actually used to coach Miles Garrett in high school, and Miles Garrett came down to a little old Lovington, New Mexico, worked out with us, shot some content for himself or whatever. And yeah, he was like a really, really cool dude. It was just really hard to fathom that, like, wow, this is like the first time I've ever met an NFL player. Um, and dude, he's turned out amazing. Well, I mean, besides Brian Urlacher, if you really know Brian Urlacher, but Tomas, go ahead.
yeah, man. I mean, if you put up any of these rookie tackles against someone like Miles Garrett, I mean, it's a no case, no show. You shouldn't even show up if you're a rookie going against Miles Garrett. But man, hopefully none of these tackles do play against him. Hopefully one of them's on Miles Garrett's team because the Browns actually only have 3 offensive linemen on a contract right now, and I think none of them are tackles. So that's absolutely insane.
Yeah, yeah. And speaking of insane, the off season right now is going pretty wild. There's a lot of trade rumors are going on. Caleb's been gathering a lot of information lately with, Tyreek Hill. We know he recently got released. Um, there's still no talks of K9, but nonetheless, there's a lot going on. So